The trophy that the Buckeyes and Illini play for, the Illabuck, guys, is a giant wooden turtle.
Imagine that, man. You're having to put your trophies in a water tank and feed it. It's probably the only trophy that ever had that ability. It's incredible. It was nurtured. Different story now, David, but that is pretty cool history, Reese.
And I guess you really only need one turtle every 100 years. So the trophy's not expensive. I guess you just got to take care of it. And every year you pass a live living animal. That's why they changed it.
And Ohio State makes a ton of highlights with the big pass plays, but this defense has turned in its share over the years.
So many guys that we could go back. The Bosa brothers, Chase Young, just recently, the guys that they put their hand in the dirt and they go make things happen, get after quarterbacks like you see right here.
The Gophers and the Hawkeyes clash for one of the great trophies in all of sports. Rich in tradition, they are playing for Floyd of Rosedale, guys.
Anytime it's a trophy game, you know the intensity is going to be at a different level. These two teams, they circle this game all season long for the right to pick up a giant pig trophy after the game. What could be better than that?
And these trophy games matter. Why do they matter? Somebody comes in from the trophy every single year, and they're going to tell Iowa, and they're going to tell Minnesota the background, the story about this, and why this game means so much, and that's why there's a trophy.
This rivalry between Iowa and Minnesota even predates Floyd of Rosedale, goes all the way back to 1891, guys.
Crazy to think about a rivalry going that far, and it's passed down, and the uniform names change, but it's so cool, the history of this intact, people keeping track of the records, and it means something to those players back then and to these now.
Yeah, tradition, that's one of the things that makes college football the greatest sport in the world. And the fact that you get to have these trophy games, Floyd of Rosedale, are you kidding me? This is a game you've got to tune into.
A lot of hard-fought, memorable games in this rivalry. The Gophers took a close one last year.
And they've been gloating about it and celebrating that win last year all year long. Not just the fans, but every day in the facility, the players get to walk by the Floyd of Rosedale trophy, sitting in that trophy case all polished up. They want to keep it there another year.
Absolutely. You want to build on the tradition. Everybody, it matters so much to everybody in the organization, the fans. These trophy games, it means just a little bit more. That's what makes college football so special.
And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun. He's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback doing that to your defense.
The Lone Star State has a ton of rivalries, but this one outshines all the rest.
Yeah, and the three of us have had an opportunity to call this game in the past, and you can just feel the tradition when these two teams take the field, right, David? You got the 12th man, you got Bevo. This is special.
Yeah, you got one side that thinks they're way better. I'll let you decide which one thinks which, but every year, no love lost.
Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday. What an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years.
Smokey the Cannon was firing the last time these two teams met as Texas pulled out a close one.
You know, when winning teams win a rivalry game like this, they get the bragging rights. That just seems like it's magnified in this state, though. That was a huge win for Texas a year ago.
You mean everything's bigger in Texas? We've never heard that before. Obviously, when you beat the Aggies in a rivalry game, the bragging rights run deep for a whole year.
There will be some clean, old-fashioned hate on display in this one, guys.
How cool is that, by the way? That's the name of the rivalry. When it comes up, clean, old-fashioned hate. You think they like each other? Absolutely not. Bragging rights all through the state of Georgia.
The Ramblin' Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech was a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fight song about how much they hate them. So that gives you an idea of how deep the hate is.
The Dogs picked up their hearts and stuffed them right back into their chest and pulled out a close one last time.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Georgia fans breathing a sigh of relief. A lot of success against the Yellow Jackets in this rivalry. They did not want to lose that one. Interested to see now how the Yellow Jackets come out today.
The trophy might look like an egg, but you better not be fragile. You better have a hard shell if you're going to come out in this one, guys.
And the three of us have called this game in the past. We've been in the stadiums. We've felt the hate between Mississippi and Mississippi State, right, David?
It's real, man. It's so cool to see. It's so important to both sides. Handling the emotion early will be a big deal.
The Rebels took home the golden egg in a close one the last time they met.
They don't care if it was close or a blowout. They got the W, and they've been able to talk about it all off-season long, and you can just feel the energy and electricity this year.
You know it matters. You're talking about all these kids in state, talking to them. Where do you want to go? Which side do you want to be on? Ole Miss winning last year matters when it comes to recruiting.
So many rich layers in this one. Dak coming off the bench, fumbles in the end zone to lose it, legs being hiked, coaches being fired. This has it all, guys.
And such proud people in the state of Mississippi that love their football. And it feels like, Palmer, these games always come down to something at the end of the game that's so fun and controversial.
What I love about this rivalry, too, is that historically there hasn't been a lot of conference championship implications or national title implications, but they play this game at the very end of the year, and it just matters so much in the state. Bragging rights for an entire season on the line.